Most people honestly believe that their purpose is predicated on somebody else's action. I would get up, but somebody broke my heart. Do you think that God is foolish enough to leave your destiny in the hands of somebody? God is going to use something that's inside of you to bring you out of every situation.
Most of us don't use the stuff that we have brought into the universe. And we want to make a conscious effort to start living life with a sense of urgency and using what we've got. Sharing what we brought into the universe to share. Because if we don't, nobody else will. Knowing that if we begin to live our lives as if each day were our last, our lives will take on a whole new expression. Valuing each moment that we are blessed with.
Years ago, I promised a friend that works in local news that I would be on their morning program. I had to be at the station at 6:30 on a Monday morning. I woke up that day and I was tired. I didn't feel like going. It was cold and raining, but I made the commitment. I was told to park inside the fence close to the main doors. I pulled in, dark outside, nobody was there. I was about to park and get out. This lady came running over, a security guard waving both of her arms like I had committed a major crime. She said, "What are you doing? You cannot park here. This is reserved for our special guests." I thought, God, I'm going to need 3 spare tires for this lady. She's like a wrecking ball. I said, "Ma'am, I'm on the program this morning. I was told to park here." She said, "Did you hear what I said? You cannot park here." I had to remind myself, "Joel, you're a pastor. Your church is right across the freeway." I smiled and said, "That's fine." Went and parked in the neighborhood, a couple hundred yards away. It's still raining. Had to run to the building. I did the program. She must have seen it, because afterwards she came running up and said, "Oh, Pastor Osteen, if I would have known that was you, I would have let you park there. Do you have time to pray for me?" I thought I would if I didn't have to walk so far. I said, "Sure I will." I wanted to pray, God, deliver her from that meanness. What am I saying? Don't let another person ruin your day. Don't let a grouchy boss make you grouchy to where you come home and be sour with your family. You can't keep it from happening, but you can keep it from getting on the inside. You have to guard your heart. Jesus said, offenses will come. He didn't say they might come. If you're a good person, if you're kind enough, if you quote enough scriptures, then you won't have to deal with grouchy people. You won't have to hit any potholes. No, He said they will come. On a regular basis, you will have opportunities to get upset, live bitter, offended, arguing, trying to pay people back. The word offenses in the scripture comes from a Greek word that means bait. It's used in reference to how they would catch animals. It was actually the bait that lured the animal into the trap. When you're tempted to be offended, somebody says something derogatory, they leave you out, recognize the enemy is offering you the bait. He's trying to deceive you into the trap. Come on, get upset, be bitter, argue back. Many people take the bait. They go around bitter, upset, offended. Next time that happens, instead of letting those same things upset you, just say, "No thanks. I'm not taking that bait, not falling into that trap. I'm going to enjoy this day." But it's easy to get baited into conflict, argue with people, try to prove our point. But you have to be selective which battles you fight. You're not supposed to engage in every conflict. If that battle is not between you and your God-given destiny, you should ignore it. Most of the things that come against us are simply distractions. Ask yourself, if I win this battle, how will it benefit me? What will it accomplish? That person that cut me off in traffic, if I rush up and cut them off, what did it gain me? I don't even know the person. It's a distraction. If I'm rude back to the person that sold me the paper, yes, it makes the flesh feel good, but it doesn't put me further down the road. It's a distraction. You need to choose your battles wisely. If you make the mistake of engaging in every conflict, straightening out coworkers, proving to people who you are, you won't have time to fight the battles that do matter. When David was a teenager, he was out working in the shepherd's fields. His father asked him to take lunch to his brothers. They were in another city serving in the army. When David arrived, he saw Goliath taunting the Israelites, making fun of them. He asked the men there, "What is the prize for the man that defeats this giant?" They said the reward is that person will get one of the king's daughters in marriage, plus they won't have to pay taxes. Well, that got David's attention. He realized that was a battle worth fighting. There were spoils, there were benefits. But when David's older brother Eliab heard him inquiring about fighting Goliath, he tried to embarrass David. He said in front of all of the people, "David, what are you even doing here? And what have you done with those few sheep you're supposed to be taking care of?" He's trying to make David feel small, saying, "David, you're unimportant. You'll never do anything great." Now, David had killed a lion and a bear with his bare hands. I have no doubt he could have taken care of Eliab. But the scripture says David turned and walked away. One reason David did great things is he knew which battles to fight. He could have gotten into strife, arguing, trying to prove to Eliab that he was important. But if he would have engaged in that conflict, if he would have taken the bait, he would have gotten distracted, wasted time, and who knows, maybe he would have never faced Goliath. Are you fighting battles that don't matter, that are keeping you from battles that do matter? You have to learn to walk away from petty arguments. Walk away from disrespect. Walk away from jealous people. Proverbs says, avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Not winning a fight, but walking away from a fight. That's not being weak. That takes a strong person. That's a mark of honor. In your marriage, you need to do what you can to stay in unity. It's easy to argue over every little thing, live bitter, offended. The problem is there will be some big giants that you and your spouse have to face. On the way to your destiny, there will be Goliaths. That's how we go to new levels. But if you're distracted, arguing over little things, you won't be able to defeat those big giants. You have to. To pass the test of biting your tongue, walking away when you feel like telling somebody off, overlooking an offense. The scripture says one can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 to flight. When you're in agreement with your spouse, you are 10 times more powerful. When Eliab insulted David, David was able to bite his tongue. Wonder why? David prayed in Psalm 141, "Lord, take control of what I say. Help me to keep my lips sealed." He was saying, "God, help me to not say things I shouldn't. Help me to walk away from rude people. Help me to stay on the high road." And yes, it's good to pray for favor. It's good to pray for wisdom, for protection. But I wonder how much further we would go if we would do like David and start praying, "God, help me to shut my mouth." That's a powerful prayer. "God, help me to not say hurtful things. Help me to not be critical. Help me to not argue."
The moment you start showing God more, gratitude, he'll give you more stuff. He's not going to keep giving you stuff if what you got you can't handle already. So while you tripping about all you got to do, he said, well, let me quit giving him stuff to do because he already can't handle this here. And that's the number one reason why I'm going to get more, because I just stay grateful for what I have. Last year I was complaining a lot, and God he just showed it to me. He said, well, Steve, you've been complaining a lot about your workload. I can't give you no more because I don't want to tax you. I don't want to overburden you. I changed everything. I wake up every morning with nothing but gratitude, and I became more efficient. It don't take God a long time to bless you. He starts immediately, man. Wake up every day. Don't check your phone first. Wake up every morning and just start thanking him. Your job, your house, your food, your clothes, your husband, your boyfriend. And then immediately after that, you'll have a better day. And then watch, he start giving you more stuff.